is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind. This is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind.
Hello and welcome to another EWA video. Bit different though, not a classic match. I am joined as always by Taylor Osborne, however.
Hello.
And today we're going to be shown around, and that includes me because I haven't seen this I've seen screenshots, but I haven't seen like in full detail. The upcoming EWA 2K22 arena, which Taylor behind the scenes is our creator of things, arenas, belts, that sort of thing. Everyone who controls the wrestlers creates their own wrestlers, but everything else that you have to create to run a league like this basically goes through you. I believe there's not anything else that
pretty much
belts, arenas, they're the main things, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, there's pretty much like occasionally sort of like no, really there isn't anything else. I'm trying to think. It's like no, that's
wrestlers, arenas, and belts. That's all you need for a wrestling show, isn't it? So
yeah, it's when you actually start thinking about it, it's like bugger all.
Yeah. So Taylor's going to take the lead on this one, and I'm just going to pipe up with questions every so often if I see something. I'm like, oh, why'd you do that? Or can we have a better look at that? Or whatever. But yeah, basically, Taylor's going to take the lead. We're just watching a screen share of his PlayStation, essentially, and he's going to show us around the arena. So take us away.
I have control.
This is why I normally have control. We've already lost the arena. Where's it gone?
Yep. So yeah, okay. So we're gonna go into it like edit arena. Don't copy. Delete. I'll do that one.
Delete arena. Maybe copy it just so if you do ever click delete by accident, you've got a spare.
No, because it's the one message that you click on and it comes up with like, warning, do you want to do this? It's like, oh no, I don't actually.
Warning, you spent 10 hours on this, are you sure?
Yeah. Like, and what I want to say is what we got right now is something we all should really enjoy and cherish, because this is the debut of this arena on the interwebs.
Yes.
Which is good, because at the moment we are waiting for 2K to actually turn on custom arenas. The option's there, but it's still grayed out. We're all got everything crossed that it's just they're working out some glitchy bugs.
Yeah, hoping to get it started by the time we want to put the first match card up. Otherwise, that June 1st date might be in jeopardy. Depending on how long they take to turn it on. Who knows? Hopefully it won't be. But it's in 2K's hands at the end of the day.
Yes. Oh god, I just got worried. But anyway, as you can see, like I really, you know what I'm like. I sort of like struggle when I sort of like to talk about this, because this came together amazingly simple. I'd like to say I agonized over it and all the rest of it, but it really just, as I was going through bits, it just clicked really quickly. I will say I was toying around with having a background like you see here. I actually had that image saved about 18 months ago. So this arena sort of clicked together well, because I had a sort of baseline idea on what I wanted. I've been saving a lot of little tricks and design ideas I wanted to do for the longest time. Those who have been watching the classic matches are probably already eagle-eyed enough to notice that the EWA logo, like the font itself, is actually different. This isn't used in it's actually font I've imported into the game as well. Like, I've gone full create thing here. The only thing 2K provided here is the infrastructure for me to go back crap in. The other thing there's one thing that really irritates me. We're in the Thunderdome arena. The one thing that irritates me is that I can't change it.
I can't
put anything over it.
Oh, that sucks.
No. Well, I could if I decide I don't want that video that's going on there, and I really do.
Oh, the red and blue. Yeah, so I was going to actually ask about that, because so a little known thing about EWA, because I don't think there's ever going to be anything from it on classic matches, so it's never going to be mentioned if I don't mention it now, because it never actually happened. Was we were going to start EWA as two brands.
Yeah, yin and yang.
Yin and yang, and one was going to be predominantly red and one was going to be predominantly blue. And I'm just wondering if it was subconscious on your part to have the red and blue side by side, or did you realise as you were putting it together, this is a little bit of a callback for those that know? I'm just curious.
Well, if you have a look at the original, like the other 2K19 arena, there are splashes of red throughout it. Actually,
Yeah.
if you really pay attention, I've kept to that
Yeah, but I mean more
red and
the
blue
fact that
sort of
it's
thing.
split down the middle of the entrance ramp, like on the left is
This,
one. It's the Survivor Series thing of red versus
oh yeah,
blue, but it fits with
this
EWA
is
law, even if it never became a thing.
that's it. And this is literally us getting lucky in the sense of, see, I wasn't aware this sort of stuff was going to be there and all the rest of it. This was just me going through the videos, and I saw this, and I went, "Oh, this is just
Yeah.
so brilliant." For because as you can see with the picture, I had that blue and red sort of swirling to go in together and all the
Yeah.
rest. It just sort of went well. And then when I noticed the one side blue, that's where the blue side's coming in from. The red side, that's where the red's coming in from. It's
Yeah.
just, it's sort of, it rang like I have to use this. And so, yeah, we're probably going to have a lot of arenas that we just don't look up.
Yeah.
Just don't look up.
Yeah. Note to the cameramen: don't be getting too low. Don't be looking up at the wrestlers in the ring. Like,
Well, just on a side note too, I have gone through other arenas, and they do have like that big basketball scoreboard or something up there, and that had the Survivor Series imaging going in it. Like they've sort of, I don't know, I was meaning to go back to 2K19 to see if that was even there too, because we don't really have any entrances or anything that isn't much more than that.
yeah.
Like, so it could have been there for the longest time, and we just never noticed because it was like up in the ceiling. Like,
Yeah,
we
quite
don't
possibly. Yeah.
we
I
don't
feel
look
like
up.
I feel like you would have noticed during creation, but yeah, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe you never
I,
looked up.
I get. Well, this is the first arena that's given us that beautiful effect, and that's why I wanted to use it.
Yeah.
Like that lighting there. Others just haven't had that there at all. But there's a good chance of it.
Question: the CD.
Yes.
The CD on the stage, was that just part of the stage and you just worked with it, or was that a design choice? Or I'm just curious. My attention has been drawn to it. It very much looks like a spot you come out and stand there to do your first pose, wrestlers, kind of thing.
Oh, that is again, that is
Just part of the stage.
Yeah, just happy. That's part of the Survivor Series actual video. One thing I did notice with creation this year that did make me grind my teeth, like this is where I guess I can say the little bits and pieces that made me sort of bring out the classic, F2K.
Yeah.
This year we cannot change the Minitron and the ramp individually.
Oh, okay.
Previous years I was able to choose like a different ramp sort of lighting effect, so to be, or at least turn one on and one off or something like that. This year, you sort of really don't. It's a little bit more limited with some things. I don't know if that's because I'm on PS4, and this game, of course, is obviously a bit more designed for PS5 tech and all the rest of it, where we hit that era where that sort of stuff's going to happen a little bit more on and on.
Yeah. I honestly doubt it, but because the arenas are playable across both platforms. If it weren't cross-platform between 4 to 5, I could see that, but otherwise, it would just be like, oh, well, we'll make the more complicated arena on PS5, and then the PS4 won't be able to cope with it. It wouldn't make sense, so...
That's true, I didn't think of that. But yeah, it took, I won't be able to give you a time frame, because I've gotten to the point where I don't even notice anymore. I really don't. I'll sit here, and hours could have shot by, and I was sitting here just still fiddling around with that screen and all the rest of it, but yeah, it's well nice there. Of course, we can battle out into the crowd. I always make sure that my arenas you can go out into the crowd. You never know when we will.
Never know, yeah.
But any questions about up here before we move on?
No, my main thing was the red and blue, and if that was deliberate with yin and yang. And I was just curious about the spinning CD, if that was a choice or, like you said, more of a limitation. Like, I mean, I don't think it looks. I don't think it looks bad by any stretch. Like, I like it. I was just wondering if this was. Again, happy accident, this was part of it and it happened to look good, or if this was, I'm going through options and this is the one, kind of thing. I just was curious, really.
Well, there's another thing that I've discovered I absolutely love with what they've done with arenas this year. I want to really highlight it. Towards the end of it, you might see a little, I forgot to actually tell you I wanted to do this, so we'll just break it to you now.
Okay.
One of the last things I want to do is we'll do a bit of a pause, so it might be a slight edit, who knows. Load up a match with Taylor and actually go through his entrance so you can see what happens to the arena, because this year there's actually an option to have the Titantron go from custom logo like you see there, where it's just a flat image, it actually turns on to the Titantron effects of the entrances.
So that will not be in this video because I've still not uploaded a Taylor entrance, so we're definitely going to be looking at new Taylor in 2K22 and doing his entrance, and not just Taylor's. We've just to peel the curtain back a little bit for everyone. We've currently got 10, unless another one's just done it since I last checked. But we've got 10 people who have currently already completely made their wrestler, including entrance, moveset, victory scenes, obviously attires and everything. Are actually ready to go. So we've got content. Basically, each week on Wednesday, I'm going to be trying to sit down and talk to someone and be like, "Hey, show me your wrestler. Let's bounce around the ring a bit and see what they're like." And then I'll be putting the entrance, hopefully, to their chosen music if people choose quick enough, and putting that out on Fridays. But we were going to do that on 2K19 to look at the older ones. But what a better time now that the new games come out to start showcasing future EWA wrestlers, get you guys to know them a little bit. You know,
we won't see that, but at least I was able to say like that's because.
Yeah. Again, we'll see it, but it'll be on a different video. So subscribe so you don't miss it.
That's it. Yeah, you don't want to trust me. The Taylor entrance, just I may not have been able to go in and do what is it? Advanced entrances and all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. But oh my god, I found things. It's
still good. Yeah, awesome.
It's beautiful. But alright, so the ring. I stripped it back a little bit this year. I remember.
I love the apron. The apron looks awesome. I just say that that immediately catches my eye. Like, I genuinely, I already can't really remember what the apron or video board or whatever used to look like in the old arena because that just looks so right on the ring apron. I really like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, even if Videotrons were video boards on the ring side were a better option and were more workable, I still think I prefer that. Like, I just really like that.
I'll be honest, something you said sort of stuck with me a little bit when I was sitting down to this. Like, for those who have been watching it, all the rest of it, it has been mentioned a couple times. I mentioned it, the arena started to get a bit more grand and all the rest of it. I guess because I was starting to really break out and I'm like, I want to see how far I can push my creative boundaries. And you mentioned a few times that, you know, you liked the stripped back sort of look. Like, and I was looking at it like
I like the idea of us being TNA or AEW, like starting out but with a bit of a budget. So we're not like a little indie, but we're not WWE's production quality just yet either. We can grow into that as we become a name. But I like the idea of us being an upstart just with a bit of a budget, you know, kind of thing. I like that balance, and this looks like that. This isn't WWE with video on the side of the apron and all, you know, all that sort of stuff. But it still looks really, really nice and professional and like well thought out. Like, it's a good balance for me.
Well, I also took that as a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
So to speak, because I really, it's not like I hadn't been challenged or wrestled, but I sort of like I gave myself that little goal. I wanted to see how creative I can get using my own things. Again, I've uploaded like that thing. You cannot find that in the game unless you're actually downloading the arena. 1 second, please.
He's gone dying.
That's right. My voice just wanted to go no. So yeah, I wanted to because I looked over some other arenas I've done for like the stream and all the rest of it, and I was like, you know what, I can really up my game here. And I mean by up my game by really start throwing this sort of thing on. Take the video board off and make something that's eye-catchy, that isn't like 8 layers thick. Like, and so this was born. And on the 2 sides that are opposite each other too.
The yin and yang logo. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
And it looks like a bit of an iris.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like an eyeball. Yeah, just a really elaborate one. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Because I noticed with the game, like, I don't know how much it does it online, because I haven't really played a one-on-one match online yet. The game does a lot of camera cuts. So, like, you've played it offline. We could end up with, like, camera views that are like at this, where you're seeing both sides and all the rest of it. So,
yeah.
We're going nuts there. Thing they removed that all they've changed, I'm hoping they patched to make it a little better. is you can probably see that there's a horrible shine that goes across the logo there.
I don't hate
can't-
it.
Oh, I don't hate it either myself, but I wanted to try and get that looking like more of a
Matte.
fabric across the board. Yeah, and
Matte, no pun intended. Well, pun definitely intended, but yeah, you wanted a matte finish.
And the funny thing is,
go on.
what you're looking at is the matte finish.
Oh wow, okay, it's very shiny for matte. That.
Yeah.
So
When I
one
went to
thing I'd like
fabric,
to
it looked like a stock.
point out. Wow, okay. I'd like to point out really quick that and I feel like this wasn't intentional. I feel like the orientation of the logo on the ring mat was intentional, but not for this reason. I really like that oppositions in traditional 1-on-1, 2-on-2, basically anything where there's only one team and the other, not triple threats, not fatal four ways, they're out of the equation, but 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, one team starts in one half of the yin yang and one team starts in the other half. And I like that. That's a really cool little touch that, like I say, I don't think was probably intentional. I think you did that cosmetically, it would be my guess. That's the best way to rotate it for it to look good when you're on hard cam. But it just has that little accidental coincidence where it's no, yeah, these are opposing sides that are starting on opposing sides of this yin and yang. But they're...
I'm going to claim it was intentional.
Okay, yeah, well, no one believes you. Let me know in the comments if you believe Taylor. But no, I think it's a cosmetic decision. I think it's the right decision cosmetically. That would be my guess, was it looks best like this instead of rotated 45 degrees or whatever. But it just works so nicely that the top left is one team, the bottom right is the other team. Again, taking out triple threats and fatal four ways, which obviously get more complicated. But that's...
No, it looks good that way.
Yeah, yeah. It works really well, just in terms of the overarching story of how professional wrestling works. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy. Yes, it gets more complicated than that, but that's the gist that you build upon. That's the foundation of wrestling. Good guy, bad guy, yin yang, go fight. Meet in the middle.
Yep.
And that's the meat and potatoes of it, isn't it?
Go and kick each other's teeth in.
Yes, exactly.
As we can see here with the
with the inside of the mat, we're about to see Thorn if we go too long.
Well, let's not.
Just be sat there cross-legged under the ring.
I haven't booked an appointment or anything, so I really don't want to know what's going on.
Having a tea party with Tabitha and Larry or whatever the ladder was called.
I'm more worried about Charlie getting wrapped upside someone's head. And you can see I've sort of gone a little bit, I went branding with it, all the turnbuckles.
Yep.
Another one they've done, I can't remember if you could do it in 2K19 or not, because it's been so long since I've sort of actually created arenas where I went to do it. I went to go and have EWA, but you can't actually do 1, 2, 3 on the turnbuckles.
Yeah, I believe you could in the previous two versions.
Yeah,
but
so...
that's off memory, which mine isn't the most reliable, but I'm fairly sure you could. And I'm fairly sure you did, in fact.
I knew I could do it in 2K18. I can't remember if it was 2K19 or 20 they removed it, because I remember there was one they removed when I was making the EWA arena that made me upset about it. It makes me think 2K20 more than 19 because I was upset about that game a lot.
If you were feeling upset about it, it was 2K20. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Another little thing I did this year, but I haven't done really previous years, is I've actually embossed the dragon logo again in there.
Yeah, I noticed that.
The ring. Yeah, the ring,
nice.
why everyone might be sitting there going, how come it's sort of been very heavily branded, is, if you haven't noticed, I haven't actually touched the barricade.
Yeah, that's usually
nice
very
and
branded,
clean.
but that is very clean, yeah.
Yeah, it felt like it looked better this way.
Yeah.
Because, when you got the camera going back and all the rest of it, you really don't make out. It's there, you're aware it's there, but it's not exactly, abrupt in your face. When it was on the barricade, it was like, the E was like one, it was there.
It was like 3 wrestlers wide, wasn't it? Yeah, it was massive.
Yeah.
But, I think as well, we've all seen them on community creations, some creator arenas do go too far. They are too much. The mats will be branded, and the barricade will be branded, and each turnbuckle will have something really elaborate on it, and and literally everything is just super elaborate, and sometimes it's nice to just strip it back,
Yeah, just like it's here.
Yeah.
Another thing, while I remember before we go look at the announce tables, as we can see with the crowd, can you notice something besides the chairs? Like, of course,
Oh,
brand new
yes.
chairs.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
you
can see
do
a
that
Bryan
all.
Danielson fan in the front row. He's got a white t-shirt on. That's Danielson merch. I can spot him.
Yeah, but they've given us the ability to have, as they put it, generic crowd.
Okay.
There is no merch on
Oh!
the shirts. There is no, like, weird things. And when you actually go through the crowd selections, because normally they were there and I used to just pick generic and it was still, like, branded shirts. It was just all mixed up amongst the eras.
Mm.
This time around, you actually can pick the era you want the t-shirts. You got the reality era, the attitude era, the ruthless aggression era, you got the modern era, you got the 80s, and they're actually branded like the shirts for around those time periods. I was really happy when I noticed I can have one where we don't have any of that. We don't have to worry about, like, we're an EWA. Why is the front row wearing John Cena? Shut up.
Yeah. That's hilarious because during the showcase mode, I noticed during the Eddie Ray Halloween Havoc 97 match, there was a guy in the crowd with a I'm Your Pappy shirt on. So they haven't done it correctly for themselves, but they've given us the option to do it correctly, which just tickles me.
I know, right?
That's pretty funny. Like,
I think this year with what I've been able to do and all the rest of it, I think they've become more aware that streaming is now a thing now.
yeah.
Streaming, things like we're doing with the EWA PvP League, and we want to put it on YouTube. Like, it's becoming a bit more like that. So having the crowd stripped back like that is a really nice way of avoiding any sort of potential copy hits if they ever arrive or anything like that. Because,
Yeah.
not that there would be, but you know what I mean. Like, it gives us a little bit more of a suspended disbelief.
Hey, 2K, for WWE 2K23, give us the option for custom shirts in the crowd, because I know Taylor will go through and transfer everyone's merch onto the crowd. Like, I know he'll put the work in if you give us the option. Like, that'd be amazing. Imagine them sat there in EWA merch. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Custom crowd members. You know what? If you wouldn't do it, I would. You could just upload the arena. I would download it and just just download all the wrestlers and be like, right, entrance attire there. That t-shirt goes on these members. That t-shirt goes on these ones. That t-shirt goes, and then I'd send it you back and be like, there you go, it's done. I've done the little bit.
The moment you said that, I was like, okay, yeah, our talent can send in all the designs they want. You know what the crowd's going to look like. Every city is going to be the biggest fun-hinged city we ever walk into.
You should, if you're that popular, you shouldn't have to cheat. You shouldn't have to cheat.
You see, it's easy when I control.
You know what'd be really cool though, to expand on that feature. If they gave us that option, what'd be really cool would be for you to choose t-shirts and then, like, it's almost like a random distribution. So different crowds do feel different. Like, some crowds are really fun hinged heavy just by coincidence. They've got a load of Taylor and Thorne and Tornado shirts on and Shane Andrews, and then the other ones would be like, there wouldn't be as many. There'd be just a smattering, and they'd be much keener on some of the other wrestlers. Like, I think that'd be really. A really cool way to implement it would be almost like a random t-shirt assignation kind of thing.
I tell you now, one thing I will say would do is, you see that section that I've highlighted there? I would see if I could spell something.
EWA, get them started spelling EWA in the crowd.
Yeah, you'd be watching the matches, and you'd be every now and then looking out in the crowd going, is there a hidden message out there this week? Like, what's he done now?
Do you do that sometimes? Fans, they must organise it on the forums or something at, like, football matches. Like, I know they did it for, like, BLM. They'd arrange, based on the seat positions, they'd wear the home and away kits to contrast it. Like, they'd wear the home or away top and, like, sit so it's spelled out like a big B, L, and M. Like, I just remember that being an example I've seen. Like, so it happens in real life. Like, people can be that organised, so it wouldn't actually be unrealistic either to be able, to do that. It would actually fly.
Yes.
Anyway, that's enough about the crowd. Like, who cares about them? Yeah. Let's talk about us.
That's it. Speaking of us.
I love these announce tables.
Very, very, like, again, get out of the way, you stupid pole.
Well,
see,
this is why Taylor's not hired as a cameraman. That's why he's a wrestler.
Yeah. What? There's a match going on? Where?
Where? I'm looking at yellow t-shirt man.
That person's not hitting that person with a chair.
Ooh, that's a nice bottle of water. Let's look at that.
Yes. But no, believe it or not, this is what took me the longest to do.
Really? I can sort of believe that because I feel like what you've done is taken the time to... You wanted to make it more basic, and then you've had to find a way of making it more basic that you actually really still like. So yeah, I can imagine you tinkering with this for ages.
Well, I toyed around because you can't do much with the bottom half of the desk. It's still the same.
Yeah.
You can change the color.
Yeah.
So
Good choice.
I
Good
went
choice
through
with the
all-
black. Good choice.
Yes. Well, I went through a lot of things. I actually had the top of it because you've seen how many fonts have actually created color-wise to be uploaded. Like,
Yeah.
there's a heap there. Like, what you're seeing right there is 2 different font uploads I've used to get that effect going with that. So I was interchanging between quite a few of those EWA things. The one thing I did know for sure I wanted to do was like that solar burst, the blue solar burst sort of thing with the red EWA logo in there. But that actually took a little bit of toying around to do because that one turned out to be using the EWA logo that we got that has actually that black cut away. That's just the table black that's there, but because you can sort of see the blue sort of coming in under parts of it.
Yeah.
So it was just really trying to match the colors, and it ended up being as basic as you can imagine. As soon as I just switched both to black, I was like, that's it. Like, that's perfect. Done.
Yeah, I
just toyed around with the colors on the letters a little bit, and it was awesome.
I really like this arena for that. Like, our colours are definitely like red and blue. We get that. But this arena is very black with red and blue. It's not a red and blue arena, and I really like that. You know, like
I could have went crazy and had a red mat and blue there, and
I really like that it's predominantly black and grey with bursts of colour. That's very much my sort of aesthetic, is like the bursts of colour, not the just colour. Here's all the colour, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, well, I kept a lot of things in mind. Like, one of the other things I kept in mind too, every time I did something, I went back to this hard reset sort of camera, is we're going to be looking at this a lot of matches for until the next game gets released in the foreseeable future, because we have no idea when that's going to be. For all we know, it's another literal 12 months down the track.
Yeah, and like it's going to be 80% of the matches minimum, because every 4 shows we might have a special with a different arena, but so that, you know, that's minimum as well. So it's like minimum 80% of the matches are going to be in this arena. Like, it's a big deal.
So I wanted to make sure this looked aesthetically pleasing for everyone, like viewing on your phones, on your tablets, on your computers, on your TVs, wherever you're viewing from, that it doesn't start bleeding color out all over the place. It's not going to be an eyesore to you.
Yeah.
It's the wrestlers are going to be able to do their thing in there and not be drowned out by the bright whatever the hell's around.
The other thing that I really like about the fact that you stripped away the barricades to not have stuff on them, and the announce table's a lot more basic. There's nothing distracting you from the ring. The announce tables are, like, from this view here, I keep looking at the announce table because I know they're over there and they look very nice, but they're not drawing my eyes. I'm deliberately looking there. Oh. And the thing in the background, the barricade, not distracting me. If I'm picturing there's 2 wrestlers in here, like, I'm not, like, trying to look around them being like, what's written on the barricade? You know, like, I really like how, like, the real focal point of this screen is the ring. There's nothing much else going on at all, and I like that. You know, like, it's very much look at this bit. This is where you should be looking. Like
it's a good thing too, because I'm glad one of the things I was upset with actually you can't do, because as I said, this is the Thunderdome, but one thing they don't give you is the electronic billboards, like the electronic crowd sort of thing. Like, part of me was, as the game was coming out, I was like, if they give us the Thunderdome with those electronic, like LED boards and all the rest of it, oh my god, I'm going to go back crap the videos. And, you know, hindsight, I'm glad I didn't, because otherwise that whole crowd section would just be lit up. It'd look great for our entrances and all the rest of it, but we wouldn't know how it'd look in like static mode or anything like this. Really is, like, for all we know, every now and then it would look silly. Mind you, I have seen it in game. They're all just stills, they're not actually moving or anything else, so I thought they would actually put, like, these computer generated people just in each of the little boxes. Yeah, no, they're just stills of
Just,
people. So it just
I think it's just
looks like
photos of
cardboard.
like developers, friends, and family or something. From
It
what I've
probably
seen,
is.
yeah.
It just looks like cardboard cutouts to fill the arena. So yeah, it'd feel like very indie in the
Yeah.
sense of like we don't have a crowd, we brought these with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wouldn't have the same feel to it as this does.
Mm-hmm.
The weapon pit is over here. Just remember, this is one thing we keep neglecting because we rarely use it because we got good for the.
What logo's that? Never heard of them.
Oh, what?
On,
No.
that, on that box, never heard of that company. Who's that?
No. Piggybacking off our bloody stuff.
I know, right?
We rarely go out here, and if people are wondering why, it's mainly because we try and keep. When we're booking the shows, one of the things we try and do is we try and keep it proper booking, not just like, hey, let's have a falls count anywhere, extreme rules, like 1 hour time limit match, for the sake of
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we normally
We're trying to make a product, like, and when you watch like WWE, AEW, Impact, most of the matches are singles matches or tag matches or normal triple threats. Like there's where like there's a million leagues where every single match is a TLC or a Hell in a Cell or a Falls Count Anywhere, Extreme Rules, Iron Man or whatever. Like there's a million leagues like that. There's not a lot where they build the stories mostly using normal matches, and then if there's a story to tell, maybe the blow-off has a stipulation, but even the blow-offs quite often don't have a stipulation unless they need one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we want it to be different, and that's a big part of the whole EWA ethos was just, like, let's not be any other league. Like, not that it's necessarily wrong to do that. Those matches are exciting and fun, I get that, but we're trying to make a real wrestling product just in a video game, essentially. We're trying to get as close to that as we can get, and real wrestling products don't have, 3 TLC matches and 4 Hell in a Cells on every show. Like, they just don't,
It's just the way it is, nature of the beast and all. But yeah, it's that's pretty much the arena. Unless you got any other questions, it's all like this. There's not a lot to sort of show off. But
I have a request. Can we go up the stage and stand like? Show me what the wrestler sees when they come out the entranceway. Like turn the go on the top of the stage and then look at the ring, because that's just probably quite.
I've never actually done it myself.
Yeah, it's probably quite a cool view. That.
Like, I haven't even had a look at that. Look how nice and sunk in that is.
Yeah.
Like,
That looks like we could get a high flyer on there and they could jump off. I know we can't, but
I wish.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be a thumbnail for the episode. That'd be the thumbnail established immediately. Look at this. We're going backstage, guys. We're in Gorilla. Oh, we're under the floor. Oh.
No, go forward.
We're in the abyss. There we go. There you go. Look at
That's
that. That's what they see when they come out. They see all those fans and they see that eye watching them. Like,
Or unless you believe the meme and your Taylor, then this is what you see.
And Dismay sees this.
Oh wait, hold on a minute.
Yep, there we go. Yep.
Hello, children.
He's a big boy. But I'm. This is just awesome. Like I said, you sent me like what 3 screenshots? I think 3 different angles. Like I think you sent me the stage, the ring from hard cam, and the ring from like more the announce table side, and that's basically all I've seen. So it's really nice to get like a feel for it alive. Like all the video bits moving around and looking at all the different elements. Like this has been awesome. Like I do love this. I'm glad we decided to do this. Like this was not originally in the schedule, and then when you finished making it, I think I just said to you, "Hey, we should just do a video of the arena." Like, because that's something interesting in and of itself. So yeah, I'm glad we did this. Let us know what you think of it in the comments. Like, what's your favourite bit? What bits do you like? Is there any bits you don't like that you do different? Like Taylor can come to your house and kill you in your sleep if you do. So let us know in the comments.
If you're lucky, in your sleep.
Might wake you up first just for the fun of it. But no, like constructive criticism. It's not going to change this arena, because this arena, look, Taylor's the creator and he's made it and he's happy with it. So even if I hated it, it wouldn't matter. But I also love it, so that's it. You're vetoed. Your vote is vetoed. If it's got those 2 yes votes, it's a yes vote pretty much. You know, like let's be honest.
We've had conversations where we joke around with that, where he's like, "Well, if I didn't like an arena, what would you do?" I was like, "Well, I'll tell you where to upload it."
Yeah, I tell you what, we're playing it anyway. But
Yeah, yeah.
like.
Your criticism will be duly noted.
Yeah, but the thing is about constructive criticism is that it might well be a thing where it isn't something we've thought of. Oh yeah, no, maybe that would look better, and then one of the special arenas might look slightly different than it would have done because of that. You know, so it might still be taken on board. It's just this is definitely the EWA arena that you're going to see. I'm pretty sure. Like, unless Taylor gets some mad impulse, like, oh, I could change this. It's probably not going to change at this point. This is, and I'm happy with that. Like, I'm very pleased. Like. I love this. I'm really looking forward to, you know, staring at this like while we're watching it on YouTube or while I'm commentating it or while I'm editing together footage or whatever. Like, it's just very pleasing to work with. Like, it looks like. So, yeah.
Oh, you're not the only one, because I'll be using this arena for the stream, so people are going to get very, very used to it. And I'll be sitting there staring at it as much as you will be. So, if I do get any wild ideas, like, what I'll do, I'll probably end up testing it on the stream and going, no, we're not doing that.
No.
Like,
I regret everything. But yeah, let us know in the comments your thoughts on the arena. Leave a like. Great fun. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be seeing loads of entrances in this arena. Like, when I start making those entrance videos, I'm going to be downloading this arena. It's not going to be on Monday Night Raw or SummerSlam from 1986 or whatever's on the game. It's definitely going to be in this arena, like, obviously. So yeah, subscribe. We're still going to be doing the classic matches. We're going to be chatting to people about their cars. We're going to be doing entrances. We have a certain other creation that needs showing off sometime in the near future that we haven't exactly agreed when in terms of the schedule, but we're definitely going to be looking at it. Probably soon, honestly.
If we're lucky, there might be two amongst it.
There might be, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, subscribe, and you'll find out, I guess. Turn on the bell so that click the bell so you get the notifications and you can you'll know as soon as we upload. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to plug or encourage people to do. Not really. Like
nothing at the moment. Like
tell your friends.
Yeah, very much. And keep an eye on the space. Like, we're hyping it at the moment. Yeah, as I said, we're waiting for 2K to switch on the custom arenas will be available online and all the rest of it. But definitely keep an eye on the space, because we've got a lot of content we want to bring you in. It's going to be really exciting. It will be. So
yes,
there you go.
Absolutely. Well, there you go then. Thank you guys for watching. That's us. We'll see you for whatever the next one is. See you next time.
Bye.